What's up, everyone, and you're welcome back to another episode of the Zongo Spotlight, the show where we spotlight talent, voices, and upcoming rising stars in and beyond our Zongo community. And today I'm honored to be here with Trap Imam himself. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, so Trap, the
Yes,
name Trap Imam itself is something unique. And how about you give a full intro about yourself to the audience so they know who we have here?
So my real name is Abbas Muslim Hajj. My stage name is Trap Imam.
Trap Imam.
That's what I'm saying.
Can you kind of make clarity on the name Trap Imam?
So I feel like I do trap music. So the trap stands for trap music. And the Imam stands for a leader.
Wow.
So a trap leader.
Trap leader.
You get me?
Wow. That. So Trap Imam, if I'm to ask, what kind of music do you make?
Trap music and high life.
Trap music and high life.
Yeah.
And let me ask, trap music, can you make emphasis on trap music itself?
Trap music is like, it's, I don't know how to put it though, but when you hear something like, try to create a boundaries, take my pen, I take my book, I try to create some sounds, try to find some sound. You see that kind of music?
Yeah.
That's trap.
Wow. Solid. Well,
Yeah.
but with this, it sounds kind of familiar with it sounds familiar with Blacko's flow or something.
Really?
Will you say it's in the same category or
You
this?
understand?
Yeah.
So that's trap music.
Wow. So Trap Imam, today's discussion is going to be about your struggles, challenges, and achievements you've acquired coming up as a rising star.
Mm-hmm.
So before we dive in deep, we'd like to know your way up, how you started music.
Yeah. So music started back in school when I was in grade 6. I had this IT teacher who was into music.
Wow.
So whenever he comes to teach, he uses about 25 minutes to teach and the rest of the 5 minutes to like give a freestyle. Then he leaves. You get me? So it got to a time we got involved. You understand? So the 5 minutes was like for all of us to like showcase our talent and hold up. You get me? So that was when. And then I was a beat maker. So I just play beat for people to come and sing. So it got to a time I was like, oh, why don't I give it a try to like try singing or rap? You understand? So I tried. Most of the times it happens on Friday. So I use about 4 days to write something. So after everyone was done performing, like singing, rapping, I was like, oh, I want to try something. So I tried and it made sense, you understand? So they needed more from me every time. They were expecting crazy stuff from me. So every Friday I needed to like they were expecting me to like deliver something. That was when I discovered I could, write, I could sing, I could, do music, you understand?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So earlier you said you made music or you used to produce beats in school.
Yeah.
So at this stage, do you still produce beats?
No.
You don't.
No. Back then it was just a Dex.
Or instrumental, yeah.
I just know how to use them.
Yeah.
So but I'm not a beat maker.
But okay. You make your own lyrics or you write your own lyrics, right?
Yeah, I do.
Earlier I enjoyed the sample you gave, and I feel you should give us more of that. How about you do that again?
I'm down,
Yeah, down. Sure.
So, banish for this side in the banish in tempo americano sami. Do I look like a savage? Wabe can't come in Johnny. Hey. You see me say key, key, Rasta. We stand for the swagger 100. It's a new life 100. Check the outfit 100. We here for the contract, swag.
Charlie. O the man can okre. One sisi ade. I say, oh yeah, but I mean, I say, me black sheriff na ankasa wa ha. Okay, but where do you pick inspiration from? Where do you pick inspiration from?
From the bigger artists,
From the bigger, but who in particular?
Black Sheriff.
Black Sheriff. Yeah, because you have that kind of vibe here. You have that kind of vibe here. And if I'm to ask again, what community are you representing? Because behind closed doors, during our conversation, you weren't representing any Zongo community.
Yeah.
So what community are you representing?
Sowutuom.
Sowutuom.
Yeah.
Okay, so how has Sowutuom shaped you?
Uh, to be like to be positive.
Positive.
You know, it has shaped my music very well. That if you listen to my music, you think positively. You get me?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's what I'm gonna say.
Now, so coming up as a rising star, or you being an underground as of now, what were your struggles becoming who you are today?
Struggles.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot of struggles, but we keep on pushing. I didn't hear a question.
Yeah. So coming up as a rising star or an underground currently, what were the struggles or challenges you were facing?
So it was money struggle and this family struggle. You get me?
Wow.
Yeah. You know, when it comes to music, everything like involves money. Everything is about money. It's been promotion, video shoot, everything. You get me? So that was one of my challenges, and my family as well. They didn't support the fact that I was doing music. You know, so that was another challenge. Yeah.
Wow. So you feel financial challenge and then
Then this
parental
you will
challenge.
understand.
Wow. But how are you coping with that?
No, we keep on going. You understand? No matter what.
Wow.
So that's what I'm going to say. Since I've made up my mind to do music, that's what I'm doing.
Okay. So at what age or how did you start making music? Aside you discovering um the interest from grade 6.
Yeah.
Aside that, how did your first recording and performance come in?
So I recorded my first song when I completed um JHS. You understand? So then I used to write, but I don't have the money to record. So I had this one friend who was working at then. He knew what I could do. You understand? So he gathered some amount of money and he was like, "Oh, let's go to the studio." I went to the studio and I recorded my first song. Yeah. So my first song was recorded by I've forgotten the producer's name, but
Wow.
yeah, it's been long. You understand?
For how long? Let me say, what year in particular?
Yeah, somewhere in 2015.
Wow.
Sure.
Wow, wow, wow. That's long.
I was a kid. I was a kid. You understand? Yeah, it keep.
So, with you making music till date, was there any point or moment you felt like giving up? You felt like, for now, the music, go help, so you for do something else.
I not really. I not really experienced something like that before. You understand? I not really. But if I could see something like that, there'd be my puppy. Yeah, my
That.
dad didn't want me to do music, so that he was the only problem. He was the only problem anyway. Yeah, so
So your dad being the problem, but I know you are solving that or you've solved that.
we are still on
You
it.
are still on it. Okay, that's another story for another day.
You
So
understand?
what keeps motivating you to date?
Um, the comments. Anytime I drop my song, the positive comments from people I know and people I don't know,
Wow.
keeps me going, keeps me motivated. You know.
Wow. So also let's dive deep. With your project, how many projects do you have out there?
So initially, okay, I have two.
Two.
You get me? So initially, I was called Addereal.
Addereal.
Yeah.
But what happened?
So I I had problem, like people had problem whenever they are going to like search my name. Where like when I introduce my song to somebody and the person wants to check me out,
Mm.
they find it difficult.
Wow.
Then put me like optional. I did like four. So if you don't know me, like it be hard see
You
like
go,
you
yeah,
could see
yeah,
my song with the bab. Yeah. So I needed to change my name. So under the name Trap Imam, right now I have one song. But
yeah.
the at the real I had a lot of songs, but
Wow.
they are now taken down again. So we did start time new one with the bab.
Okay, so what does your music stand for? What kind of energy does or message does your music give out to your fans?
Positive vibes. Yeah, positive vibe. When you listen to Trap Imam, you know that you are listening to like positive things, good things. So if you've listened to my song very well, they hear this profane words for my song inside. They teach. You understand? I feel like whenever you listen to my song, I feel like I'm preaching to you. Understand?
And keep pushing the positive vibe, Trap. Keep pushing the
Yes,
positive
sir.
vibe. So,
Yes, sir.
to summarize the whole section up, any message to the youth, anyone coming up, also trying to break through in the music scene, any message to them?
Yeah, Charlie. We all we try like find a way enter the music industry inside, you understand? So whoever really try push the music, make it push up, you understand? And we are all like old enough to like know what's like good for us. So if you think you are doing a good thing, just keep doing. You understand? That be all.
So, finally, we've brought today's section to an end. But, Trap, anyone at all you'd like to acknowledge, send a shout out to.
Oh, big shout outs to the Antra family, I understand. They've been supporting me from day one.
Wow.
Big shout outs to like that. Big shout outs to like everyone supporting trap music. Trap Imam as well, you understand?
Okay, so to those who don't know you to those who don't know you that much, how about you give out your details so that they set you up? If there's any collaboration and feature, they can also run that with you.
Yeah, so I'll go by the name Trap Imam. And Trap Imam on all social media platform. Check me out.
Yeah. So thank you all for joining. Thank you all for watching. I go by the name Musa Abduak, also known as 4KT Chopper, and this is Zongo Media. Check out Zongo Media on all social media platforms. Thank you all. Bye bye. Peace.
So,